What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play 99 Blind. In the last episode, we spent a long time, and I mean a really long time, hearing plenty about Seven's involvement in the nonary game 9 years ago, and we were pretty engrossed by the story that was going on, and I apologize, but I'm not truly sorry, I'd say, for the cliffhanger, because I too have been struggling with keeping myself from playing again. I actually, forgive my borderline cough. My throat's a little bit sore because I hadn't recorded in a while, and now I'm recording a bunch because the time's available, and I can definitely feel it in my voice. So I had to give myself a break after the last episode as well, just because I couldn't record that much longer. So, anyways, you guys are looking for some more of Seven's story. Obviously, the text loaded a little bit further back, but it should be fine. The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt in the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. What? That Baka Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator. Yikes. Come on, darn it, move! The thing is, like, I can almost guarantee you Akane stayed back to try to save Hongo, and now he's trying to throw her in the incinerator because he's some monster of a person. No, I don't want to. Let me go. Please let go of me. Yeah, no kidding. She'd planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away, but Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win. Akane! Her brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo. Oh man, I hope we get a nice CG of a nice slug to the face. Help me! I don't know if I've seen this if they've done this before, but something that's pretty telling from the dialogue here, the text that's shown on screen, they don't use the word or the name Akane to describe Akane's text. They say, in English, Kani, or like Akane-chan, I think is what they said. Or just Akane in general. They use the nickname specifically for the June we've gotten to know, confirming that this is indeed the same person. Ha! You're too late, idiot! Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing to open. But it's no use. The thing won't move an inch. He started slamming his fists against the door. Yikes. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it. Akane! Akane, are you okay? You came back! Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it. What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here. Where's Hongo? He went out the other door. What?
Emergency alert.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Why is it restarting? Did it deactivate when everyone was out of there? Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Are you kidding me?
さっきと同じアナウンスじゃねえか。
It's the same thing. Are you there?
待ってろ。
Yeah.
すぐに助けてやるからな。
We're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
ガクランは血の気の失せた顔を見せながらも、努めて冷静に振る舞うように答えた。
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will start in
Incineration will begin in
17 minutes.
17 minutes. Oh man, what are they gonna do? Can they do anything? Please. Please help me. I'm really scared. I don't want to die. Please, I don't want to die. I don't want to
大丈
die.
夫だ。必ず何とかしてやるから。
It's gonna be alright. I'll figure something out, I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
あの向こうからすすり泣く声が聞こえてきた。
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door.
ガクランは拳を
It's torture
握り
for
しめて
me just listening to this
懸命
story.
に涙をこらえているみてえだった。
Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched, so tight his knuckles were white. And presumably that's how she died. It was silent. All they could hear was the creaking of the boat as it shifted into the water, They waited and waited, but Seven didn't continue.
なあ、それからどうなったんだ?
What happened then? Junpei couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. Seven looked at the floor.
簡単に聞いてくれるなよ。話すこっちの身にもなってくれ。
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
それじゃあ
Then,
はあ、
yeah.
こんな記憶なら思い出さない方がマシだったぜ。
Crap. If I'd known it was going to be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered. Seven shook his head. But there was something Junpei had to know.
なあ、それって確かなのか?
Hey, are you sure?
あ
Huh?
俺だって本当は聞きたくないんだ、こんなこと。
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but
だけどどうしてもわからないことがあって。
there's something I don't get.
だから頼む。教えてくれ。
So if you could just tell me.
本当にその茜って子は
Did that girl Akane really? Seven stared straight ahead at nothing.
あ、間違いねえ。
Yeah,
確かだよ。
I'm sure. Yikes, so Akane did die in the Nonary game.
結局どうすることもできずにタイムリミットが訪れてな。
There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended.
扉の向こうから何かが燃え盛るような轟音が。
And we heard something burning.
そして
We...
音が止んでからも俺たち3人はその場を動くことができずにいた。
The fire stopped, but we still didn't move.
俺とジャケットの少年はぼんやりとその場に立ち尽くし、学ランは糸の切れた操り人形みたいに扉の前に崩れていた。
Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed, as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore.
それからしばらくして
A few minutes passed.
不意に何の前触れもなく扉が開いた。
The door opened. Oh no. For those of you that are squeamish, you may not want to look.
学ランは弾かれたように扉の中へ。
The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running
俺と
in.
ジャケットの少年もその後を追った。
We followed, too numb to speak.
焼却炉の中は灼熱の空気に覆われていた。
The air in the incinerator was hot.
息を吸い込むたびに肺胞の一つ一つがじりじりと焼け焦げていくみてえだった。
Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire.
辺り一面からゆらゆらと陽炎が立ち上っている。
It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering.
その揺らめきのただ中に
Oh no. And in the middle of the room,
それは横たわっていた。
there it lay.
学ランがそこに向かって近づいていく。 ふらふらと。魂が抜けたような足取りで。
The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty.
やがてあいつはその前に着くと。
Finally, he reached it.
力をなくしたように膝をつき。
He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him.
そして、
And then, Junpei felt a cold lump form in the pit of his stomach. What's surprising to me is that it was Santa, or presumably Santa, not her older brother that had such a visceral reaction. Granted, I mean, people respond to these types of stressful, despairing situations differently, right? But it makes you wonder, right? Why did Santa care so heavily or so much about Akane? And of course, we don't know, we don't have much of a point of comparison, right? Maybe he just cared this much about everyone and would have been equally disappointed if someone else had died, regardless of who they were. But I think Santa became so invested, potentially, in this revenge against Hongo, particularly, and the other people, of Cradle Pharmaceuticals, and also potentially found a way to bring June back, per se. And in addition to not just needing her for, the sake of the numbers and adding up with the doors and all that, maybe he truly cared about being with June every step of the game. Santa, June, ship? Question mark? A feeling of sickening anticipation washed over him. He could feel his body shivering. He desperately did not want to know the answer. He feared he knew already. But he had to ask. He had to know for sure.
なあ、一つだけ聞かせてくれないか。
Can I ask you one more thing?
なんだ。
What's that?
その、茜ってこの名字は、なんて言うんだ。
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
そんなこと聞いてどうする。
What does it matter to you?
いいから教えてくれ。
Just tell me, okay? Please? Seven looked at Junpei curiously and ran his tongue quickly over his dry lips.
倉敷だよ。
Kurashiki.
倉敷茜。それが亡くなった少女の名前だ。
Her name was Akane Kurashiki. That's the Akane we know. Something inside of Junpei stopped. He had no more words left. He had no more Junpei left. He was just a shell of flesh and bone. Seven turned to Snake.
ニルス、お前はあの時あの場所にいたな。
You were there that day, weren't you?
ジャケットを着た背の高い少年。
Really?
あいつがお前だ。
So what's interesting is I thought he kind of looked like it would have been Snake, but at the same time I thought Snake was in Nevada. The tall kid in the jacket, that was you, wasn't it?
ああ、その通りだよ、刑事さん。
Yes, it was. You are correct, detective. Junpei's mind was blank, withdrawn from the world. Somewhere far away, he could hear Seven and Snake
だ
talking.
けど、誤解しないでほしい。
Don't misunderstand me.
僕がそのことを黙ってたのは、さっきも言った通り、ゼロに脅迫されてたからなんだ。
I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing
9
I
年
could
前の
do.
ことを口にするわけにはいかなかったんだよ。
I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago. Unfortunately, I got interrupted, but I was also thinking, if Snake is this character that I thought was potentially Akane's older brother, and we clearly know that Clover is Snake's little sister, not that people can only have one little sister, I think the implication here is that Santa's little sister is actually Akane. And for what it's worth, Kurashiki, I think I would want to see the kanji, because it may not be like a very typical reading, but I'd imagine the kanji for black and white are actually used in that. So I could see how that would be the case. So it would be it would be interesting to see if, that played into Santa's design as a character. What else? Yeah, it was a little bit confusing to follow along then, between, the character that was Santa, but then versus Akane's older brother. It was probably frustrating for those of you that were listening in, but sorry about that. Regardless...
つまりゼロに加担してたわけじゃねえってことだな。
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
もちろんだ。
Of course not.
四つ葉の方はどうなんだ？
Clover, what about you?
ちょっとやめてよ。私がゼロの仲間だっていうの？
Hey, come on, you really think I'm working with Zero?
さっきも言ったけど、私はネバダの
Ah, I had it the other way around.
キュートの方にいたんだよ。
I told you before, you idiot. I was in Nevada, in Building
兄
Q.
ちゃんから一人の刑事が助けに来てくれたって話は聞いてたけど、
I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but
まさかそれがセブンだったなんて。
I didn't know it was you. Her surprise seemed to be genuine. Seven regarded Clover for a moment and rubbed his chin
な
thoughtfully.
るほどな。ま、信じてやることにするか。
Well, I guess I believe you. Clover
それ
nodded.
じゃあもう一つ聞かせてくれ。
Alright, let me ask you another question. He stuck his hands into his pockets and took a few steps. Then he stopped and turned to face them
サ
again.
ンタの本名は倉敷葵。
There we go. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. There we go. So, Aoi and Akane. Both Kurashiki. So that obviously confirms that that little confusion I had. And again, I think it fits the black and white. Does Santa have blue eyes? Does Santa have blue eyes? I wonder if I can see like portraits of the various characters. No, unfortunately.
あいつは焼却炉で亡くなった少女。茜の兄貴だ。
He's Akane's brother.
そのことについては。
You know that? So, for what it's worth, I think June always has like a red scarf, and I think that's like the Aka part of Akane, and then Aoi is obviously blue, and so that's why Santa has like a blue scarf. So it's another kind of tie between the two.
そうなの？お兄ちゃん。
No, I didn't. Did you?
ああ、どうやらそういうことになるみたいだね。
Well, yes, I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother,
もちろん最初から分かってたわけじゃないけれど、
but I didn't know he was Santa, at least not from the beginning.
9年前の葵は変声期の真っ最中。今とは全然違う声をしてたんだ。
9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different
いくら
now.
僕が聴覚に優れているとはいえ、さすがに声紋までは把握できない。
I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection.
だからまさかサンタが葵だなんて思いもよらなかったんだ。
I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
気づいたのはいつだ？
When did you figure it
四
out?
つ葉からサンタは9年前の仲間かもしれないって話を聞いてね。
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial
隣の
experiment.
部屋、書庫へと移動する途中のことだ。
It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the
それを
library.
聞いて、なんとなくそうじゃないかと。
When she told me that, I had a feeling. Interesting. It's not like you, Snake, at least from my understanding, to go off a hunch like that. I feel like, again, it might be dealing with the morphogenetic field and the whole transmitting receiving thing.
サンタ葵倉敷茜の紫の兄だって
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? That spark caught flame in Junpei's leaden mind, and the fog began to clear. Like an engine beginning to turn, images and thoughts began to coalesce in his mind, coming faster and faster, forming bigger images, bigger thoughts. Junpei blinked. He was back.
わからないことは山ほどある
There's still a lot we don't know.
それこそ窒息してしまいそうなぐらいに山ほど
I mean, like, a lot. A lot!
だから一つだけ分かったことがある
But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
なんだ？
What's that?
シャワー室の死体
The body we found in the shower room.
ニルスに偽装されて殺されたあの男はおそらく虹崎だったんだろう。
You can say that definitively? It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake. I mean, I would definitely agree with you that that's very probably the case. Are you about to prove it though? What?
おいおい、気づいてなかったのかよ。
Come on, man. What kind of a detective are you? You didn't figure that out
気
already?
づくも何も俺が記憶を取り戻したのはついさっきのことなんだぜ。
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, alright? Cut me some slack.
だがとにかくそう考えれば3つの殺人事件について説明がつくだろう。
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they?
そう、殺人事件、最初に爆死した久保田の件も含めてそう呼ぼ
Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder
う。
too.
これらの殺人はなぜ行われたのか。
So why did these murders take place?
順平君の言った通り、シャワー室の死体が虹崎だったとするなら、
If Junpei is correct and the body in the shower room was
殺され
Nijisaki's,
たのは全員ノナリープロジェクトの幹部たちってことになるね。
that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project.
実験を指揮していた研究者久保田、
Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments,
本郷を指していた参謀虹崎、
Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant,
プロジェクトに出資していた投資家の男武蔵戸、
Musashiro, the man who financed the project.
それじゃあ全ては復讐のために行われたってこと？
You mean this was all just revenge?
サンタはゼロで亡くなった茜のお兄さんで、
Santa is zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his
だ
sister.
からその恨みのために3人を殺したと。
That's why he killed them.
いや、直接手を下したのはサンタじゃないだろう。
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. Ooh, oh really now? In fact, Junpei didn't think he knew. Then how did those 3... Is he gonna say that June is in fact zero? He couldn't explain why or how, but he had no doubt that Santa had killed no one. Perhaps the madness of the last several hours was finally driving him insane, but Junpei had ceased to be surprised at his sudden knowledge and had even begun to accept it.
とにかくもしもそうだとすると次に狙われる人物はおのずと決まってくる。
Interesting. Very interesting. So, obviously they're alluding to the fact that Junpei is receiving a lot of knowledge from somewhere via the morphogenetic field, from someone who has this knowledge that Santa didn't murder anyone, right? We don't know how this knowledge has been created, but regardless, if I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim is going to be, is it?
言わなくてもわかるよな。
I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you. Yes. Is it going to... I don't actually know. I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to say Ace, right? But, I mean, 3 out of the 4 people from Cradle Pharmaceuticals, and he's got Ace with him alone. He's probably going to throw him in the incinerator or something like that, but at the same time, I don't get how that ties to... Oh, Santa didn't actually murder anyone. Yep.
そうだな。
Right. Snake, Clover, and Seven all nodded.
次に狙われるのは本郷源太郎。
The next target will be Hongo Gentaro,
ノナリープロジェクトを立案した首謀者。
the person who planned the Nonary project. Is like, you know what? You know what might... I feel like Santa is zero, right? But if Santa didn't actually kill any of these people, right? Someone else did? Who is that person, right? I feel like the person who is zero has to be the one behind the deaths of all these people in Cradle, right? Right? Maybe. Just maybe. Akane, who died in the previous Nonary game, has somehow been brought back through Alice or some other means. Maybe involving a morphogenetic field or something like that. And that Akane is trying to exact revenge. And that's who is actually responsible for all this. I'm not sure.
つまり
But in other words,
一味やってことだな。
Ace, But it still makes more logistical sense based on how each person is acting, you know? That Santa would actually be the Zero. I'm wondering now as well, if June, if Akane is actually Alice, or All Ice, does her fever have something to do with the chemicals, or does it have something to do with her, like, melting or unfreezing or thawing or something like that? Or I don't know. There was a moment of silence. What? And then the room shook. From far away they heard the sudden rush of water. Whoa, what the heck's going on here?
午前6時タイムリミットに達したんだろう
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up. Crap!
急げ早くここを出るんだ
Come on, we need to get out of here.
出るってどうやって？
How? In the drawer that had held the picture was a key card. Yep. Junpei grabbed it.
きっとこいつで出口が開くはずだ
I'm betting this sucker opens
さあ
the
行
exit.
こう
Come on, let's go. New material has been added to the file screen. What is that? Ooh, this music too. I'm really curious though, while we have him in it, technically. What information about Alice? What else was added? A picture taken 9 years ago. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. How did Santa not actually kill anyone? But those people ended dead. At the hands of who? Did Santa... I mean... All I can think of is Cradle Pharmaceuticals was obviously doing the Nonary project to try and figure out mind control, right? Or at least somewhat of a mind control. Influencing people's actions without their awareness of it, right? All I can think of is, via the morphogenetic field, Santa was able to control Alice or someone else into killing those people, or convincing them themselves to lead to whatever ill fate they were met with. That's all I can think of, but... regardless, I'm sure we'll find out in due time. Alright, let's just swipe this card. That jumping animation from Clover is great. Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah! Now we can go back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei, we don't have time! Let's go! I'm doing what I can, man. Alright, let's go. Let's go. We found it, guys! Woo! The door opened and they stumbled in the library. Huh, I think the shaking stopped.
みたいだね
It would seem
だから
so.
といってうかうかしてはいられないけど
But we are yet to be out of
そ
danger.
うだな急ごう
You're right. Let's hurry. They ran across the hallway.
出口も天皇制のカードリーダーだな。
This exit needs the Uranus card, too. Straight for the large metal door. Next to the door was the Uranus card reader.
おい、順平。
Hey, Junpei.
ああ分かってる
Yeah, I know. They slid the key card through and the door rumbled open.
よし開いた行くぞ
Alright, it's open. Let's go. Out of the library and into the hallway they ran. Ooh, where does the hallway lead to? It's probably going to lead to the incinerator and all that. At the end of the hallway was a door. Junpei reached into his pocket to pull out the key as he ran toward it.
海洋星の鍵これで
Okay, Neptune key. Let's see if you work. Oh, Neptune. Shout out to Mrs. Puff. He turned it.
しゃ手応えあったぞ
Yes, I think it unlocked. The lock clicked. As one, they shoved the door open and poured through it. Yep, there's the incinerator. In front of them was another great metal door. Above it was a metal plaque.
インシネレーター
It says incinerator.
例の焼却炉か
So this is the incinerator.
俺はこっち側に来たのは初めてだが、どうやらそうらしいな。
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
それじゃあ扉の近くにレバーがついてると思うんだけど
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
ああれだな
Yeah, right here. Junpei ran up to it.
それを操作すれば扉は開くはずだ
Pull that and the door should open. Got it. As he spoke, he pulled the lever. Are we about to go in the incinerator? Oh man, that's a bold decision. The motor in the door groaned as it slowly ground open. There was no time to waste. Let's go! As soon as the door had opened far enough to admit them, all four dashed through. Then suddenly, there before them were the four who they'd parted from earlier. Ace and Lotus stood in front of the number 9 door. Yikes, Santa was curled into a ball against the wall of the incinerator, holding his stomach. He'd clearly gotten punched there. And now the question is, where is his golden revolver? And then there was June. She sat slumped against the wall, exhausted. Man, now that I look at her, I'm trying to think, like, does she look like Alice at all? Why does she look like an older Akane, right? What the heck's going on? Junpei ran toward June. He skidded to a stop in front of her and knelt down. What's wrong? Are you okay? Her face was pale and her lips dry. Oh, she doesn't have red eyes. When she spoke, he could barely hear her. Junpei-kun, you came to get me. I'm also trying to think if... I would think, it's not, you know, guarantee, but I would think that June would recognize Santa as her older brother. Of course I did. I made a promise. I'm so glad you're here. So glad. I'm also trying to figure out where does Junpei fit into all of this. All of these people are very clearly tied to the Notary project, right? The Notary game from 9 years ago. They all had a role in it. They all had someone, they were all close to someone tied to it, right? We just know that Junpei was like close with June and they had crushes on each other. But where does Junpei actually connect to it to the degree that everybody else does, right? She mumbled the same words over and over, weakly. Junpei could feel his heart breaking. Hey, what happened to you? I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though. Are you sure? Yes, I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me. She was looking towards Santa. Junpei turned to look as well. Is he bleeding from his stomach or what? Santa. Santa grimaced. His face contorted in pain. Seven grabbed him by the collar and roared at him. Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere? Despite himself, a grunt of pain escaped Santa's lips as Seven shook him. I don't have it. I got sucker punched, and they took the gun. That's why. That's why. Is Lotus actually Alice or All Ice or someone like that? Well, for what it's worth, the way he says they took the gun, it makes it sound like Ace and Lotus are on the same team. If Lotus is to be a bad person, her role is most certainly as Alice/All Ice because she looks the most similar, but it still doesn't really fit in the bigger picture of things. We'll see. At least at the moment, to me. From what I can immediately think about it. What? Who took it? What? Isn't that obvious? Watashi da yo. I took the gun, and it's Ace in his villain voice. Oh boy. Okay, no, it's not actually Lotus. Admittedly, she still does look the most like Alice, but Ace. He did indeed have the revolver in his hand. Oh man, I hate to see Lotus like that. It was pressed against Lotus's temple. Ace had her pinned to him with the other arm, and she was shaking visibly. This looks awfully familiar. Her fiery attitude was gone, replaced by fear. She didn't dare speak. There was sweat on her forehead, and when her eyes weren't flicking up to the gun pressed against her, they seemed to desperately want to say something. That reminds me of Deku as he's looking at Bakugo, getting, suffocated by this monster. He's like, Your eyes were crying out that you wanted help. Just what the heck do you think you're doing, Ace?
いや、クレイドル製薬 CEO 本郷健太郎と呼ぶべきか。
Or maybe I ought to say CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals, Hongo Gentaro. Seven's deep, baritone rumble shook the walls. Ace sneered. You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that.
君は私のことを知っているようだが、私は君のことを知らない。
You know me, but I don't know you.
そういう状況に私がどれだけ苦しめられてきたか、君にわかるかね?
Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
僧帽失眠症の苦しみか。
The pain of prosopagnosia, right? Junpei's voice was casual. Or at least, it was trying to be.
ああ、もう一人現れたか。私を苛立たせる男が。
Another irritating insect.
なぜ知っている？私が僧帽失眠症だと。
And how do you know that?
さあな。
Good question. I love that phrase. Sana. Junpei couldn't say. He just knew. Another unexplainable mystery. Hang on a second, guys. Gotta prepare my hands. Waving fingers. Morphogenetic fields.
ない。答えたくないならそれでも構わない。
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to
時
me.
間の無駄だ。私は行かせてもらうことにするよ。
This is a waste of time anyway. It's a time for me to go. Behind Ace, Junpei could see the red. It was placed in a small indentation on the wall. And that's right, Santa's is the 0, so we only really need his or June's, right? Either of their bracelets would work as the third one, because one is 0 and the other is 9. Or rather, what did we say about O? The 0 bracelet was the O. Regardless, quickly Ace placed his hand on the scanner.
まずは1。
First is 1.
ほら、手を出せ!
Give me your hand. It beeped, and he forced Lotus's hand onto it as well.
8。
8.
あとはこれで。
And with this, then at last he reached into the pocket of his jacket. He pulled something out and pressed it against the panel. The third asterisk appeared on the red. I think he's going to pull out the 0 bracelet. He doesn't have the 9 bracelet like before. Although, did we talk about that? That June's is actually 9? And then there's potentially a second number 9 on Kubota's hand? The 9th man? I know I've made comments before about how are we sure that we can actually have 2 of the same bracelet? Like, that's something that's okay? And I know it was mentioned before, something with Snake's number 2 versus Mr. Guy, or Guy X's number 2. But I don't remember the confirmation of that. Regardless, if there is a second number 9, we know that he doesn't have that in this case. And instead, he has the 0, which actually is numerically represented by O, or in this case 24, which would be 6 as a digital root. So it's not going to work out as anticipated. I'm still trying to figure out the 9 bracelet from Kubota. I guess in that alternate ending where he had the 9 bracelet did function as a 9, so there are functionally 2 9 bracelets between June and Kubota at the moment.
9.
9. The thing he had used for the final verification was the bracelet with the number 9.
鳥の巣頭の男。久保田がはめていたバングルか。
Yes, I was wrong. He is using the number 9 bracelet. The 9th man, Kubota's bracelet. Yep, there's the
こ
math.
のゲーム、私の勝ちだな。
I believe I've won this game. His smirk made Junpei's blood
君
boil.
たちと遊べて楽しかったよ。
I've had quite a time playing with
ゼロ
you.
に感謝しなければなるまい。
I must thank Zero, I suppose.
この言い方
Wait, what?
一宮はゼロの正体についてまだ気づいてないのか
Ace doesn't know who Zero is? Junpei's eyes flicked towards Santa. He hadn't moved since they'd entered the room. Santa was still holding his stomach and groaning as if in immense pain. It's a little bit disproportionate, isn't it? Junpei wasn't sure if it was real pain, but he wasn't sure it wasn't either. I was gonna say, he's maybe planning a sucker punch back.
一体何を企んでるサンタ
What the heck are you planning, Santa?
とにかくこれで何もかも終わりだ。
At any rate, this game ends now.
私はこのゲームをクリアし、君たちはバッドエンドを迎える。
I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending.
まあ、せいぜい残された時間を楽しんでくれたまえ。
I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye.
待て!
Wait! Ace, of course, paid no heed to Seven's request, and laid hold of the lever on the red. With a sickening sense of finality, he pulled it. But it didn't work. It didn't work. So maybe Kubota's was 6. I don't remember how it was verified, though. Was it with Santa and... I don't remember.
なぜだ? なぜ開かない?
What? What? Why isn't it opening? The other thing I'm curious about is, didn't Ace use this 9 bracelet plus his bracelet plus Guy X's bracelet to get through that one door and kill Guy X? I think that was the case, which means it should functionally be a 9. So why isn't it working right now?
もう一度だ.
Ugh. One more time. Lotus tried to take advantage of Ace's confusion and managed to twist herself out of his grasp. But... Yikes, this is different than before. At the last second, he grabbed hold of her wrist and shoved it onto the red.
これでどうだ?
Now open! He waved the number 9 bracelet over the red, and then his own bracelet as well. He pulled the lever a second time. No. What is this? Why?
私とヤシロと久保田のバングル、数字痕は間違いなく9になるはずだ。
The digital root should be 9. It has to be 9.
なのに、なぜなんだ? どうして開かない?
Then why isn't it opening? Ace's fury and confusion had overridden all other thoughts. He had set down the revolver. It was just below the red. Now! Seven chose that moment to act. He moved far faster than a man of his bulk should have been able to, and he launched that bulk straight at Ace. Yo, go Seven, go! Go Seven! It was over before they knew it. In the blink of an eye, Ace was on the floor. He rolled onto his side, groaning in pain. Somebody's got to get on him. Stay on him, too. Lotus ran straight for Junpei. She darted around behind him and stuck her head out, making sure to keep Junpei between herself and Ace.
助かったわ、セブン。ありがとう。
Whew. That was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
何? 礼には及ばんよ。
Don't mention it. I feel like I should know why the bracelets didn't work there, right? But I still feel like functionally... I mean, I haven't gone back and confirmed what Kubota's first interaction was to get through the... I think it was like a 5-door, right? I don't remember exactly what that interaction was, which bracelets were used, but I'm pretty sure that using the number 9, it was used as a... it was used appropriately, right? But I don't know. Because I feel like the whole thing was, oh, like June 6 is actually the number 9. So then the question is... Did they switch bracelets somehow? Did they switch? So that originally June was the number 6, but then Kubota was 9. 9 died, and then June took the 9 bracelet and put the 6 bracelet there, so that functionally the rest of the game would play out as if she's always had the 9 bracelet, but that first interaction would be her functioning as the number 6 and him functioning as the number 9. And then at this point, it would mess up. But I still feel like it should functionally be 9 because this is how Ace used the 9 bracelet to kill Guy X, right? I guess we'll see. I feel like I'm supposed to have it figured out and have expected it to not work, but there's clearly something I'm missing. Or maybe, I mean, maybe that something is that something I'm missing is coming up and will be explained to me, but still, I feel like I should be able to deduce that with what I've been told at this point. And who knows? I could have just forgotten something. Regardless, Seven stood over Ace, his breathing slow and heavy. Just one punch ain't enough for this baka. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat. 9 years ago? Ah, then you must be... Yeah, you finally figured it out, baka. Ace planted his hands on the floor and shook his head. Junpei walked toward him. Kick in the face? Question mark? He stopped and looked down at Ace with pity on his face. Ace.
久保田、虹崎、武蔵堂の3人を殺したのはお前だな。
You killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you? Well, we know Nijisaki. We're not sure about Kubota. Or Musashido. I wonder why. We'll see. Wait, Nijisaki? He peered at Junpei, genuinely confused.
Ah, そうか。お前はまだ知らないのか。
Oh, right. You don't know yet.
まあいい。時系列にのっとって、順番に説明していくことにしよ
う。Alright. We'll just go through them in order then.
まずは、久保田についてだ。
Let's start off with Kubota.
お前は、久保田を言葉巧みに誘導し、5の扉の先に、一人で入るように
Oh, that's right. Why was I under the impression that Zero told him that? No, that's right. I do remember that Ace told him to do that. I'm trying to think about Musashido. Like, where else in the game, you know, had he showed up, right? You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone.
そして難なく、自分の手を汚さずに殺害に成功した。
You killed him without making it look like you killed him.
動機は4つだ。
The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1.
このノナリーゲームにおいて、9番の存在は他の者たちにとって脅威以外の何者でもない。
In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous.
9番はいかなる組み合わせのチームとも組むことができるからな。
Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they
どん
wanted.
な数字に9を足しても最初の数字根は変わらない。
Yep. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital root. Yes, don't worry. You don't need to demonstrate it for us for all 4 numbers, or all 8
9
other
番はオ
numbers.
ールマイティーな存在だってことだ。
Which means that number 9 could do whatever they
そ
wanted.
こでお前はいずれ脅威となるであろう9番の存在を序盤の段階で排除しておくことにしたんだ。
Threat as soon as possible. 2.
同時にお前はそのオールマイティーな存在である9番のバングルを手に入れることによって
Keep calling it almighty. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for
この
yourself.
ゲームを有利に展開しようと企んだ。
So that you could make use of its
そ
power.
うして手に入れた9番のバングルは虹崎殺害時に実際に利用されることになったってわけだ。
In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki.
3.
3.
さらに番号云々を抜きにしてもお前にとって久保田の存在は邪魔だった。
Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem.
久保田はお前の過去9年前に犯した過ちを知っていたからだ。
He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years
そ
before.
のことを他の者たちに告げられる前に早めに抹殺しておく必要があった。
You needed to silence him before he told anyone.
4. 最後の動機はテストのため。
But last, and perhaps the most disturbing,
このノナリーゲームが本気なのか単なる悪ふざけなのか、お
you
前は
used
それを
Kubota's
確かめたい
test.
と思った。
You want to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank?
そこで久保田がルール違反を犯すように仕向けその結果を見ることにしたんだ。
You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen.
以上が久保田殺害の動機になる。
That was why you killed Kubota, but he was only the first.
次は虹崎についてだ。
Next was Nijisaki.
みんなで手分けして抜き取られたレッドの基盤を捜索していた時
While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the
お前
Reds,
は大病室で虹崎に会った。
you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room.
しかし総合失認症を患っているお前はそいつが虹崎だとは気づかなかった。
However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize it was not just Nijisaki.
その時ニルスの服を着ていた。
Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake.
だからお前は虹崎のことをニルスだと勘違いしてしまったんだ。
That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
そんなあいつが虹崎だって。
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki?
なぜだ。どうして。
Why? How did...
わけは後で説明してやるよ。
I'll get to that.
とにかくお前は彼のことをニルスだと思い込んでいた。
Anyway, you thought he was Snake.
ニルスは9年前の実験の被験者だ。
Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years
目が
ago.
見えないという特徴からお前はそのことに感づいた。
You remembered him because he was the blind
お前
kid.
は思った。
But his presence made you
ニ
think.
ルスは9年前の被験者だ。おそらく私のことを恨んでいるに違いない。
Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates
なの
me.
になぜあいつは何も言ってこない。
But if that's true, why isn't he saying
目が見
anything?
えないから私のことに気づいていないのだろうか。
Is he keeping quiet because he can't
あるい
see?
はニルスはゼロの仲間か何かで
Or
私
perhaps
のことをたばかろうとしているのだろうか。
he's working with Zero to get
い
revenge
ず
on
れ
me.
にせよ私の過去を知っている人間がいるのは脅威だ。
Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat.
向こうが何か仕掛けてくる前に処分しておいた方が無難だろう。
Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him.
お前は早速それを実行に移すことにした。
That was when you decided you had to kill him.
その時に使われたのがさっきお前が持っていた久保田のバングルだ。
The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet.
お前はそれをレッドにかざし
You just waved it over the red.
続けて自分自身の認証を済ませてから最後に虹崎の腕を掴んで強引にスキャナーパネルに押し当てた。
Verified your own number, and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel.
そして
Okay, so this is confirmation that Kubota's bracelet functions as a 9, and indeed Guy X's functions as a 2.
開け放たれた3の扉の奥へと虹崎を蹴り込んだんだ。
When the door opened, you kicked him
そ
in.
の9秒後扉は自動的に閉鎖。
9 seconds later, the door closed.
さらに81秒が経って
And then 81 seconds passed.
虹崎は哀れ帰らぬ人となったというわけだ。
And poor Nijisaki was dead.
ということは
And we also
ニルスは
see...
まだ生きているということか。
Did Snake's bracelet function as a 2 but recently? Okay, so that confirms that there can be 2 of each bracelet. I think that was what was being commented in a previous episode. So we can have 2 9 bracelets, which is helpful for deductive purposes. Then you mean to say Snake is still alive?
ああ、悪いがまだピンピンしてるよ。
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
人違いで助かったとはいえ、僕を殺そうとしていたなんて気分が悪いね。
Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you want to be dead.
そんなことがなかったとしても、あんたには見えたぎるほどの恨みつらみが溜まってるんだが。
Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
そりゃそうだろうな。
Well, I wouldn't blame you. Ace's self-derision was frustrating, but Junpei kept his emotions in check and continued.
最後だ。武蔵道殺害の件について話そう。
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. In the next episode, because this is it looks like it'll be another hour-long episode, just because the ending of this game keeps going, and it's so gripping, and as things get explained, you just want to keep listening, you want to keep going. There's no good break, per se. So I'm gonna say that we'll cut things off here for this episode, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you guys are eager to hear about Musashido's death, because I think that's the one that's been the least talked about up until this point. We know how Nijisaki died, we know how Kubota died, we know about the ties with Ace and those deaths, but we haven't quite talked about Musashido's death and tied it back to how Ace would have done it. So I'm really curious to see how that unfolded. I'll probably think on it on my own a little bit and see if I can deduce myself, and I'll update you guys, obviously. I gotta give my voice a little bit of a break before the next episode. But I hope you guys are excited and not too frustrated with me for these cliffhangers. But anyways, until the next episode, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.